the theater's very own managing director, Mr. Christopher Monani, has been getting messages from everybody. When is it going to open? And finally, we're here. Our prayers have been answered because we're standing here today because it's now open to the public. And today you will get an exclusive look at the state-of-the-art Ayala Land-owned Samson Performing Arts Theater. Director of the Samson Performing Arts Theater, Mr. Christopher Monani.
Thank you, Mika. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Welcome home. You know, I think that's a recurring theme that you'll hear a lot today. As you all know, the theater was the very first asked to close. And as you know, it's the last one called to open. So it brings me so much joy to see all of you today here in this grand, majestic, and beautiful facility, enjoying and getting ready to celebrate the beauty that is performing arts. I'm going to stay away from a lot of you so I can take my mask off. As mentioned earlier, the entire building's 10 floors. Where we are is the drop-off lobby. The second and fourth level areas all have connections to the Ayala Mall circuit. The reason for that is that if you guys don't want to park at the basement, you can park at the elevated parking and you can still access the theater from the second and fourth levels. So all of those, as you will see earlier or later on, are just lobby spaces for everybody to enjoy, socialize, and mingle. So if you're following me, we are at the second level of the space. As you can see, this is our version of Lincoln Center. This is our Lincoln Center moment. So we really, it was intentional that there's no first floor, there's no third floor, because we wanted everybody to enjoy the drama of like using the escalators all the way up. And just imagine this at night when the constellation lights are the only ones like guiding us with the Makati skyline at the back. So it's really very beautiful. The thing about the fourth level is it connects you directly to the open air breezeway. So it's another way for us to encourage like the audiences to like gather and mingle, especially when open air gatherings were encouraged the last 3.5 years. That was a good complement to the space. So after a performance or in between intermission or right before a show, everybody can just hang in there. Or you can even do cocktails or receptions at that open air one as well. The fifth level is where the main action happens. This is where most of the amenities for the facility are located. Immediately as you descend from the escalator or come from the elevator, you'll see the box office to your left where you can get your tickets. By the way, the concierge at the ground level is an outlet as well for Ticket World. Is our official ticketing partner. You'll notice that the name is different. I will leave it to Ticket World to announce that name because they're changing their names later on. You will also see on your left is the donor wall. That's where we acknowledge our founding partners and supporters. Immediately to your right is the gift shop that is run by GMG Productions, the only producer in town that brings in all of these foreign musicals that you see. This leads you to the 7th level, or where the lodge area is. But as we go directly straight to the main lobby of the auditorium, you'll see the JZA Hall, or the Jaime Sobel de Ayala Senior Hall. We named it after our Chairman Emeritus, Don Jaime Sobel de Ayala, because it also features his artwork that you'll see on the auditorium. All right, you are at our main lobby. We call this the JZA Hall, again as mentioned earlier, in honor of our Chairman Emeritus. But this is really where everything happens. You could convert this as a cocktail area. You can do a birthday party, a reception, or it could just be a place where everybody, your audiences, can hang out and mingle. The theater houses 1,500 seats. It's divided into 3 levels: the orchestra, lodge, and balcony. One of the main things that I always point out every time I tour everybody here is that you will not run out of bathrooms. So falling in line in between intermissions or before or after a show is not going to be a problem anymore. Each level is flanked by a women's, men's, and handicap bathroom on each side. So that one would not be an issue. The other thing that I always want to point out is that on each level we have your own concessionaires. So your audiences at the balcony don't have to go all the way down to the orchestra to get their food and refreshments, because we make sure that each level have their own way to order food and refreshments as well. Behind me, that you'll see is our patrons lounge. It's called the One Patrons Lounge. You can use it on a bunch of different uses. It can be a meet and greet. It can be a VIP reception. It can house a press conference. It can house an intimate private party. It can be anything really. But we make sure that we have that just so when people are coming in and they want like a more exclusive feel and a space for them to hang out and do whatever they need to do before, after, or in between performances, they can do that as well. Donor wall. Again, it's a heart and it's a tribute to Circuit where we are. That's why it's all circles. It was done by BNC, and it's you'll notice that it touches of Filipino, but at the same time it's contemporary, so that we can acknowledge those that have supported us, but at the same time it's a nice activation as well. It could be a museum piece too, and you'll hear the gong sound too that is permanently playing as people are walking back and forth or pass by it. Alright, so we are at the 7th level lobby. Just like the different lobbies that you've seen at the ground floor, at the 2nd floor, at the 4th level, or even at the 5th level, this is another lobby that could be activated. You could do an exhibit here, you could do a reception here, or you could cordon this off as a special like reception area for some of the audiences that maybe are at the lodge level. Alright, so we are at the Kua Patrons Lounge, like mentioned earlier. This can be an intimate space for a reception, a VIP meet and greet, maybe a press conference. We've been having events here since March of this year, and it ranges from a birthday party to a graduation party or a special dinner. The ceremonial signing between Ayala Land and Samsung was held here just last Friday. But again, this is a way for people our guests to feel special, have a place that they can lounge. We named it after our partners, the Kuas, who are owners of the PRCI, the Philippine Racing Club. What else? You have your own butler space, so that when you are having your own reception, they don't have to go out just to serve you food and drinks in here. Yes, nice and comfy. Our pork is by Ron Brillasor, and it's a story of, which one is it, Michelle? Sarimanak?
Yeah, one
yes. Yeah, the legend of the Sarimanak. Traditional theater seats, as opposed to the trend right now is to do cinema seats. VIP boxes on each side, on each level, that house 4 seats on each box.
and I'm just eager, as you are, to see this stage come alive with wonderful performances similar to what you have just witnessed today. Ayala Land has always allocated spaces for art in its developments, and Makati, as its flagship estate, has been home to various institutions that provide a home for the arts. Ayala Museum is one example. With the opening of the Samsung Performing Arts Theater, it once again puts Makati front and center in the arts scene. We're all aware of the hurdles and barriers that Filipino artists had to go through. We recognize that there are several theaters in the country and that many groups have nurtured and supported Filipino talent, but still a lot remains to be done. There is an abundance of talent, and yet the best of them have to venture abroad to find a stage where they can showcase their artistry. This is why the Samsung Performing Arts Theater was built, to provide a home for world-class Filipino talent. As you have seen during the tour, the Samsung Performing Arts Theater at Circuit Makati is at par with global standards. With its facilities, you can expect to see the best of local and international shows at this venue. I'm grateful to our friends from the media for the interest and warm welcome you have shown, and we look forward to seeing you again at the grand launch on July 14th. Thank you very much.
Right?
Yes.
So it was set up all the way down to the storage level. Now we're trying to put it all the way up to the stage level. That's 4 sections: the stage, the audience, because we can put 60 more seats in there.
Wow.
The pit section where the orchestra can be placed to play, and where it's coming from all the way down to the storage level. So as you can see, now we're ready for you to have a sit-down chit-chat, right?
Yes, a chit-chat with both Mel and Chris, entertaining questions from our friends from the media. This is very impressive. This is very impressive indeed. Okay. Just about ready. And perfect. Okay.
Ayala Land has always been an advocate, for the arts, and Makati being the leading city and always having the best of the best. We wanted to also have a theater that could host world-class performances. And we felt that that was something which Makati lacked. There were venues for smaller productions, like you were talking about on stage earlier at the Greenbelt, but it's not 1,500 seats, right? So this is why we wanted to have that in Makati, and Circuit was the most appropriate location because Circuit is positioned to be the arts, culture, and entertainment district for Makati. And that's why this is the most
really wanted to be we wanted to be open to everybody. Samsung Performing Arts Theater being in Circuit Makati, being the only place in Makati that can accommodate performances where you need 1,500 seats or people or the audience. We want it to be open to whoever wants to use it. So there's no resident companies that are going to be housed in Samsung Performing Arts Theater, whether you are a solo recitalist or a London production musical that's coming in to visit the country. 2 of our directors and producers for our anchor productions that are coming in the facility are here joining us today. A local production that will be coming in, it'll be in residence for 6 weeks, and a foreign touring musical will do its world premiere, actually, of their brand new production here in Manila before they venture on to the other countries that they are going to visit. So those are exciting, and with those 2 alone, the entire facility is busy for like 14 weeks. But in between all of those, you'll have concert performances by some local pop artists. The Symphony, Manila Symphony, is going to be holding 2 or 3 performances here. During our test runs, we've had Redolero do a comedy show, packed all the way to the balcony. Of course, the ballet will be doing some stuff in here.